Okay, I believe we are now live. So I'm going to be painting Akhet today with the contrast paints. This was the only request I could see. However, I have just painted Corvash yesterday, and it's taking ages for me to download the video. So just to show you, here he is. So this is Corvash that I painted yesterday with the contrast paints. I'm really chuffed how he come up. Really nice. So watch out for that video. I'll be uploading that very soon. So Arquette is on the board today, which is great because it's another character I absolutely love, and I am planning on playing a fair amount, so it's good to have Arquette all painted up. And look again, just look at the quality of that miniature with this falcon shield and his flaming sword. Amazing, just amazing, and so dynamic, having him literally in a flying pose. It's just out of this world. And as they're starting to get painted up, it's just really making my day. So Arquette. Now Arquette, hang on, just trying to stop the glare. He's got a lot of fire. He's like a phoenix, right? So a lot of fire, yellows, oranges, maybe a bit of red. It's mostly yellows and oranges if we look on this. Maybe go a bit of red with some of these, and a bit, I think red and then black Templar over the top of it for these kind of like magma lava rock type bits that we got going on here. A bit of white as well, which is quite cool. Now unfortunately there wasn't any box art that could go on this one. Hang on, I'm gonna have to close, which means that the video for Corvash will take even longer because it's really affecting my stream. Quit that one. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm using iMovies to basically just join together two videos. I'm actually half tempted. What I might do is just do a part 1 and part 2 and just upload them straight to yeah, you know what, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just upload a part 1 and part 2 for Corvash because this is just pointless using the... So apologies for that. Hopefully the stream will sort itself out a little bit in a minute. So if we're looking through, yeah, we've definitely got the yellows, some greys as well. This got this eye in the middle of the shield, which you can see there, which is going to be cool. Kind of this detailing, so we'll get that in, because look, this healing tears, it looks like the shield also heals as well, which is really quite cool. Yeah, I love the lore and the ideas of a lot of these characters. It's brilliant. A kind of dark grey and a light grey as the... Yeah. What I might do is do a little bit like what I did with Corvash, in the sense of this metal, with just putting Apothecary White over the Leadbelcher, and then Basilican Grey for the darker sides. I think that might work. We'll think about that when we get to it. But yeah, we definitely want fire, right? A lot of fire in this character. So we're going to make use, certainly, of Iyanden yellow and Gryph Hound orange. So they're going to be my main staples to start with, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, that's better. The stream seems to be running now. Let's start with the white. So we've got a few white parts linked to the art. So I'm going to start with Apothecary White, as per usual. Start with the light tones first, and then move on to the more darker tones. And I don't want to jinx it, but I think this will be a lot quicker as a miniature. In terms of the detailing and everything else, I don't know. I could be completely wrong there. We'll soon find out, I guess. So this here looks like it's a kind of white. It's like frills on the chin there. And then we've got these. Yeah, these are kind of white. So these inner blades, I suppose they are, effectively. They're the white ones. Again, not too fussed about getting too much over that. And then it'll be the same on the back. These will be the white ones. Just want to get some contrast in there. There's a little divot there. I'm fully aware that I'm live streaming, well, in the UK anyway, in the middle of the day on a Monday. But I'm on half term and I'm a teacher, so that's why I've got a bit of free time. But obviously this will be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it at your leisure. Right, let me just make sure. Oh, hang on. Have I done that right? Yep, that looks right. His arm looks like it's got some armour on it as well. So I think, yeah, so you see these bits here? They are also white as well. Okay, so we've got some white going on there. But no, these are grey. So I think that's it. I mean, I could have. No, I'm pretty happy with that. I want the distinction between the whites and the metallics, because what I'm quite tempted. No. I was going to say what I'm quite tempted by the wings to do is make them kind of metallic yellow, because it almost looks like Arquette has got a metallic vibe to him. I might still do that. I might go these metallic. No, I'm not. I'm gonna literally just paint them up. So that's the white done. So now I've got to really think about, especially this tail. This tail I think is grey in the art. Look down there, you see how it's that metal grey. But I think it will look quite cool if the wings and the tail were kind of... So what I might do is do a... I don't know. Like, I think these need to be the same as these. I think I might go away from the art on this particular one. I really want these to be yellow, orange, yellow and orange. And then finishing off with a black on the outside. So these will be like a blending technique that I'm going to be planning on using. So we're going to start with the yellow first of all before we do anything. And we're going to start with these shoulder pads here. And just remembering I'm going to be using... Oh, actually, just looking properly in here. So we want to go down. It's not actually metal, this outer rim. Now, I'm just going straight over it because effectively I'm going to be going in a second with orange. So literally getting the whole armour piece, if you want to call it that. with that yellow. I'm not been afraid to use a fair amount of this, because it gives a kind of darker shade as well, like almost orangey look to it as well, which is kind of what we want. We do want it a deeper orange, which we'll do in a second. Okay, so while that's still wet, let's put our yellow to the side. Give the paintbrush. Well, let's move Cold Vash. I don't want to get him painted on. And then we go to this Gryph Hound Orange. And we kind of want to hit these rocks, these kind of stones. And again, just while it's wet, to kind of get the idea of the blend as best I can. Then I think I'm just going to put, literally following the card art, so it looks like there's a bit of orange down the bottom. So just blend that in, and a bit of orange at the top. So again, just knock off your brush and then bring the yellow and the orange and kind of blend. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking pretty cool. So I'm trying to hit the same kind of art as that. So we will go in with Black Templar eventually, but we're just going to do the yellow and orange first. Okay, so back to yellow. So now we're going to move on to these, the kind of like wing parts, which follow exactly the same. Slightly, well, I say exactly the same. They've got more of a metallic. Oops. They got more of a metallic outer part. Does it go all the way in? It's, yeah, I guess so. What an awesome pose this is. That's really fun. And the other one. Because we really want to make him feel like he's come from the ashes. I mean, that's Akhet, right? This kind of Egyptian phoenix that swoops around. I mean, the dynamic pose, will give the idea of it, of the fact that Arquette's a swoopy, fast character. I love this character, by the way. Playing him, he's so good as a kind of support character. He can move either enemies or allies with his taking flight action, which is really cool, which enables him to swoop so in a straight line, but the first character that he goes over, you place him adjacent to where you finish. So obviously swoop is up to that value, so you don't have to swoop the whole 4. So you can basically pick up enemies and chuck them on traps or move them away for objectives. Really, really powerful in this game. Or vice versa, you can get an ally and put them, turn 1, right up into an objective. Someone like Dugran could be extremely powerful like that. Right, let's get the orange on before it dries. Just look on the card art. This has got a bit more orange, it looks like, attached to it. So certainly at the base we want a fair amount of that orange. Kind of on there. And then at the top as well. Kind of like that. Okay, so that's kind of like the start of his wings. We are going to, as I say, we are going to move on from there. Now, the actual spikes on this one are going to be pure black Templar. So that's not problem. What I might do is just give them a little bit of an orange as well. Awesome. Yeah, that's looking fine. Maybe a tiny bit more of that. Okay, so shoulder pads and wings started. Let's move on to, I think we'll do the same thing now with the shield, the eye part of the shield. Now this is a bit of a strange one, so let me think. So this is yellow, then kind of a strip going down there. Hang on a minute. It's the opposite to... That's odd. So instead of... Oh, okay, I got it. No, I've got it. I've just done it. I've done that on the wrong bit. That should be going around that part. And then we've got in these recesses. I mean, it's not a big problem. I can just do the usual Leadbelcher, so it's not a big problem. Okay, onto the orange. And we want to get in here. Like so. Maybe just a tiny bit there. And then just blend that. So it doesn't look... Okay. That's the... There's hands on the other side, so that's fine. So that's the shield part done. Let's go in straight with orange for the gems. So we got a gem on his... What's that from? Oh, over here. We got a gem on this part here. A gem on the other side. Ooh. It's quite a big one, isn't it? That's going to be a bit of a bind trying to get in underneath the shield. And a gem on the centre part. Okay. Right, I think there's no time like the present. Let's get to the wings. Let's do the wings, and then I think we'll do... Oh, I don't know. Is that going to be too... Perhaps that... No, I'm definitely doing this. This is definitely going to be fire as well. Let's get him full Inferno mode. Perhaps what I should have done is looked at some other people's paintings and seen what they do. But yeah, I'm pretty. That's looking really nice in terms of a kind of fire effect. The wings will hopefully make it, but that's what we're going to find out, right? So we're going to go in yellow first and just plaster this on. The wings like so. Not being afraid to be quite liberal with this paint, because ultimately it wants to be nice bright yellow. Again, we've got the primer issue here, where the primer hasn't quite stuck, so just over a few times, and that should stick. Just the top there as well. Okay, so the yellow done. Now we go into the orange. Again, we want to do it while it's wet. We really want to blend this in about from about halfway. So we go in about here, I'd say. So let's push it out, push that out to the outer edge. Try not to get it too much on the other side. And then off with the paint, and then start to get the yellow and the orange mixed. Now what I might do here, I want some more yellow really. Although saying that, it's pretty much bang on the picture there. But let's crack open yellow as well, have these both open. I can kind of switch between them and just add a bit more from the yellow. And also okay, looking pretty good. I mean, I'm not too fussed about these parts pooling because I'm going in black Templar, but I don't particularly want loads of it. I'll make sure we got that covered. Pretty stoked about that. That's cool. There we go. So let's go on the other one. Start with yellow again. This has got an obvious lack of primer. So it's going to need a fair amount of contrast paint to kind of get on. Yeah, so in hindsight, if you've got the resources, what I would do is prime the whole miniature underneath as well in grey. If you prime it all in grey, and so it's a kind of a very loose zenithal highlight, and then what you can do is you can come in and prime most of the miniature with the Wraithbone, but it'll just stop this kind of thing from happening where you've got hardly any prime for the paint to stick on, and then you'd have to keep going over. I mean, it's not the end of the day. I mean, I've just gone over that a few times and it's pretty much stuck. Right, let's go in with the orange. going to go towards the tips of this one now. Paint off. Let's start. Blending these. And then again, whoops, just grab that yellow to do the final blends. Oops, that's a bit too much. A bit more, little bit more orange on a bit there. Not as easy as wet blending with normal paints, but it still works. Okay, so we've got, he's starting to come along, isn't he? Got the fire wings. Now we need to do the other sides. So we're doing the exact same thing again. As expected, I wasn't expecting many people to tune in to the live stream on a Monday at midday. That's fine. Just don't want to just go over the white. Okay. Back to the orange. Splosh, splosh, splosh. Oh, being careful not to get too. So again, sorry, I really can't remember who suggested Arquette wanted to see them painting with contrast, but it's a matter of patience. Again, like normal, like I said before. As long as you hit them when it's wet, they're good to mess around with and to move around. Make sure that there is paint, you're not just knocking off. Right, that's that the edges. The edges will be black. I hope this is the black's not going to ruin it. Oops. I'm just going to fill in the ends of the wings with this orange. Nice, because I really like that effect. I might have a look at some of the other people's painted and see if they did go black. I mean, it's quite clear that. Well, is it? Or it might just be the shadow. I may not change that, so I might be keeping that as is. We'll see. I mean, that's pretty cool from above. That's going to look awesome. Yeah, I genuinely think no black on the edge of the wings there. I think that will ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. I have to start from the beginning. Anyway, let's do this last wing. If there were people in the chat, I could have asked them what they think. But yeah, I think I'm going to be generally leaving these the proper bright yellow that you see. What I might do is just have a little look online, a bit of a cheeky look online, see what people have done for Arquette. In fact, I might look at the back of the box. That usually gives you some good ideas because they got the painted miniatures on there. Okay, so just painting in. Okay, right. Back in with yellow for the blend. Make sure we got beautiful. Yeah, I like that. I think black would ruin it. Okay, so we've got the kind of fire wings done. So I'm going to do the same thing on the tail. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a bright miniature, right? But before we do that, let's clean our paintbrush. Close the lids of our contrast paints, give them a shake. Even though we are going to carry on doing them. Good to keep the pigment sorted for that. I'm just going to quickly have a look at something. Oh, they did do black on the... okay. Right. Hang on a second. Can I have a look at the box art a minute? It's a really good idea to have a look at the box art. Okay, so I've got the box art out, and yes, if I kind of try and show you, there he is. So you see he's got the black wings, and it has, and that tail thing is red. It has been done with the same idea. I'm thinking of doing the same. Ooh. Oh, I just realised I've been keeping this on. Oh, and sorry guys, I've just realised I've left this completely on half screen. Excellent. So this should be better for the rest of it. So this should show you a little bit better in terms of what I've done so far. So it has done the black, but now I haven't left it wet, so that will not blend. Oh. I'll come back to that. Let's do the tail first. We'll have to come back to that and see how that's. So ideally, while this is wet, in with the black and try and get that blended. It's not going to work now, so I don't know. Is the answer to that one? I may not go with the black. I mean, you can get the orange again out. I just feel like by going over contrasts, it kind of stops it from doing its job, which is something I don't really want to do. And again, just going back over this, the lack of prime. Okay, there's a bit of pooling effect there. That won't be a problem though. So about to go with the orange. I might put that over there actually. So I'm not reaching over every time. And get right under there. Just start getting that orange to blend with the yellow. Okay, and then bringing the orange to the end. I'm happy to, let's do the black blend with this. So we've got to be relatively quick with this, so let's start blending in the orange and the yellow. There's a mould line just there, which is a bit annoying, but we need some more yellow in that. Alright, that's not clean, is it? Nice. Perfect. Oh. Okay, so let's blend. Let's get all the orange on now, so we can close that. Try and get a fair amount of this. Right, I'm not happy with that bit. Trying not to get onto the ground, of course, because that needs to be its own contrast colour. Fading a little bit. I can always touch it up. It's not a massive problem. And as I say, I want to see what the black looks like blended. So we're saying that we may not like it, in which case we'll be in trouble then. If we don't like the black, we'll be in very big trouble, because there's not much I can do about that once black's been put on. It might have to be a complete rebase of the tail, which won't be great, not gonna lie. Or do I just leave it as is? Oh, that's a hard decision, I don't know. I've gone over the ground there. God, that's not easy to get in there. Right, okay. So, oh, how am I doing it? I don't know. It looks real nice. I don't know. That's not so nice. I think there those. There we go. Go on, let's do it. We've got to try these things, right? So, Black Templar. Here goes nothing. Oh my god, I'm actually quite worried about this. I'm scared. So going on to wow, going on to the ends of these, like so, and just from the edges, bringing forth. Is this even going to work? I don't know. I'm kind of regretting doing this. And I also perhaps could have used a medium to help with this. I don't know. I'm just getting the ends kind of done at the moment. And then what I'm going to do is make sure I've got the black paint on there. Because I'm going to now get the orange and blend into it. Oh dear. It looks just muddy, doesn't it? Oh, I'm not really happy with this. Don't think so, no. That's what I need to do. Just make sure I pile on the orange. Fortunately, that's pooling, isn't it? And of course, we need to blend these in as well. I'm really not sure about this. I think it's one of those ones we have to wait until we've nearly finished the miniature. Just going to go over the black ends here. I'm not going to do that on the wings. I'm not doing that on the wings. That could turn out to look quite cool. That's yeah, but having the wings and being happy with the wings, I don't want to change it and then not be happy with the wings. So yeah, we're gonna probably quite happy with that, I guess. It has pulled. There's not much I could do about it pulling though, which is not. It's not a great blend, is it? Anyway, it is what it is. I think we need to do the face now. So again, yellow and orange. Maybe a bit of red on the beak. Might be quite cool. So because all this is blending, this is awesome. This is all brand new techniques to me, which is fun. And not really, so I'm just gonna get it on everything again. Is that also yellow? You can actually prime this miniature yellow, couldn't you? Let me just check a minute how. I kind of want. Whoa! Whoops. Let's carry on with the beak. Right, let's go on with the orange. This is fun. I'm enjoying this blending idea of contrast paints. This is cool. We'll do it on the miniature. Fun. Normally you use traditional paints. You could do wet blending with water, which really comes out well. But this is fun. And then we'll do. And then let's. And I am going to go in. There we go. I'm going to go in with some red now. So, please don't jog this table because that's a lot of paint going everywhere. So fingers crossed. So I want to get the beak kind of a red colour now. So we're going to go in with the red now. And I've already got to be really careful. I've already tipped off a couple of those. So I'm going to have to quickly do that in a second as well. Really get in there with the red. And yeah, I think I'll just do the kind of tips of these. The red as well. Let's try and just blend those in a little bit. Nice. Right, hang on. Right. I'll tell you what, I'm really enjoying painting this one. With all this technique, it's fun. It's a challenge, but it's fun. Let's make sure we top up. What I'm talking about is if you look on there, you see I've knocked the paint off just by naturally just touching back, and so it's not a problem. Just go in with the black Templar again. There we go. Yeah, I'm really pleased. This is cool. Honestly, I keep painting a new miniature, and then it's like, I love this miniature. I love painting this miniature. Then it's the next one. I love painting this miniature. It just goes on and on and on. It's I can't tell you how good these miniatures are. Now, what would this be? I think this is armour. Yes, it is. It's armour. So that at the back is armour. That's all armour. That's all metal. Metal. I think most of it now is kind of like a metal. So wait for that to dry. Oh no, sword. The sword. Carry on. So should we get? I think we don't need the red. It's going to be mostly yellow. The sword, showing that kind of that heat that the sword's going. I'm going to be really careful not to touch the black while I do this. So just I'll do a little bit of orange as well at the tips. Maybe. I might not need to. So Iyanden yellow might do all the work for me on the fire. Being very conscious not to touch that black. It's not a massive problem, you just go up and touch it up afterwards. And again, this sword's going to be metallic. Well, actually, no. If we think about what it is, this here is all molten, just like I did over there. So we've got to go this yellow all the way through here. So this is just like the shoulder again. That's cool. Just make sure I've got everything on the flame. Not seeing there's a bit there. And then the same on this side. Get in there. And just like our shoulder pads, we're going to start to use the orange on the bits there. And then Templar black over the top of that once we're done. So while that's wet, let's go again. Now talk about a miniature going to be popping on the table. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Right, so now we just dab on the orange. A bit of the flame as well. Mm-hmm. How's that looking? Pretty cool. The only problem is the yellow's pooled here. That's better. on here. Just drag that. Don't really want it pulling too much. It's good to get some contrast, of course, but there we go. Okay, sword done. He's coming along well. So I think we got all the metal to do next. Again, in the tongue, it looks like that is similar colour as well. I might just get the inside of the mouth painted with that one again, just so slightly different colour, that kind of more yellow orange rather than red. We're on nearly an hour. And now we need to do all of the metal. Oh, well, it's kind of like, I might use Cygor Brown on some of the leather. Like, if you look at the trousers, I think that's going to be Cygor Brown. And then the arms, we get in there. Those arms, Cygor Brown. What's going on there? Oh! Oh, hang on. Hang on, I've just noticed something. Look there. I think that should be yellow as well. Looking at this bit here, it's hard to tell with the detail. So. Yeah, I believe it is. Right, okay. We haven't quite finished with the yellow and orange technique yet. We will get there. But we need to do... Oh God, just trying to hold this without getting paint on me. So this is yellow as well, which I didn't realise. So it's got a fair amount of this kind of flame stuff going on, which is really cool. Right, and back onto the orange. Fortunately, there's a lot less reference art on the cards linked to some of these hidden parts. So we're just kind of playing it by ear, but that's cool. Right. Now the Cygor Brown. I'm going to leave the Leadbelcher to the end. So Cygor Brown. So we're going to go in with Cygor Brown now. Don't want to do that belt because that's going to be slightly different. I think I'm going to go Cygor Brown all the way down. Because I guess it's a bit like a burnt brown. Like a burnt umber type of colour. So it'll suit the fire paint that's on there. I think that's going to come out quite well. So as you watch me paint more and more miniatures, you'll see me start to use the same contrast paints. Because I haven't got every single colour. Try not to get anywhere it shouldn't be. Okay. So that's kind of like one leg. And we'll go in here, do the same thing again. Sorry if that's off camera. I'm trying to get in there. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to be using but yeah, it's looking good. And then where's the leg? There is. And we got. Oh wow, that's really behind the shield. And that's the bit I thought we were going to have a little bit of a struggle trying to get at, maybe. Okay, and I'm finally trying to get in without. You should really wait until one layer's dry before doing this, because I'm touching that sword, which isn't completely dry. Okay, so they're the kind of trousers done. And that will really very much complement the idea of that. Then everything else, I think, just looking around on this reference picture, I think anything we've got to do is just put Cygold Brown in here. And again, there's hardly any prime there for the paint to stick to. So again, it would have been beneficial to have that spray painted maybe first, but that requires you having a can of grey primer, which I don't have, so oops, that's okay. So I just need to keep going over. What about this arm? I think that's pretty much hidden. I'm happy with just doing that arm. Let's make sure. Again, just going over a few times till it's hit. Okay, so that's the Cygold Brown done. And I will be back in a second. So I'm just going to literally just pause the stream for 2 seconds. Maybe, if it'll let me. Oh.